right, welcome back to Enterprise Vibe Code. Why do you guys see that one? There we go. Cool. Okay. All right. Hello. Oh. Am I frozen? Okay, cool. All right. All right, we got some people in the chat. What's up, chat? All right. Oh, yeah, let me set up the poll. We're going to ask if people have used Gas Town. All right, set up the poll. Please vote in the poll. We've got, oops, I think all right, cool. All right, so we're going to be debugging stuff today. Just kind of as a reminder. Oh yeah, webhook secret. Don't hack me, please. Basically, we have an app that's, oh, nice, timed out. That's good. Yeah, so we're trying to make an app that goes from making git commits and then so like we merge into main or something like that, triggers a webhook, and then we want to generate a social media post based on that webhook and post it to like using OpenAI based on the git commits and diffs and commit messages or whatever, and then post it to social media. So the idea is to build in public and kind of document your process more frequently. So everyone who's here, please hit the like button or drop something in the chat. Let me know that you're here watching. Oh, I forgot the most important part. Got that generated. Got this generated music thing. All right, cool. So we got this. I got it. Last delivery was successful. Recent deliveries. We only had a couple deliveries. Okay. I shut down Gas Town over here just to kind of show how we can spin it up. So we can say GT mayor attach. Oh, actually, wait. Let me update Gas Town. Did not update Gas Town here. And then I need to do Gas Town. I need to update my fork of Gas Town. Because I'm a contributor. Okay, cool. Cool. Please update Gas Town with latest main. Pull down latest main, build the Go binary, and put it where GT currently is. What's up, chat? Oops. Oops. There we go. Who here has used Gas Town? Okay, cool. So we updated Gas Town. Brew, upgrade, BD. All right, upgraded beads. So what our resource usage looks like. Yep, looking good. Got our Claude usage. So we're on the $200 a month Claude. Let's try to get that session usage to 100%. GT attach. right. Please spin up refinery for Roxas. All right, so then let's spin up crew member Alice for Roxas. All right. Let's see. All right, let's debug this state of the app, because we added a repository for Roxas. We have a recent commit, but no generated post. Feel free to read from AWS CLI dev account. Chat, where are we from? Where are we watching from? All right, we got 3 votes. 2 for no, 1 for yes. Awesome. UK, USA. Yeah, it's crazy that we have such a. I've gotten people in Europe, usually when I do these in the mornings, like Monday, Wednesday mornings in the US time, PST, um, then yeah, I get a lot of East Coast USA people, and then yeah, number of Europeans and other people, other countries. So yeah, actually, yeah, we had somebody from China, and then we've had people from India. So yeah, no, it's amazing to see like people literally all over the world around here. So it's really cool. What are you guys interested in? Why are you why do you happen to be here watching the stream? 4 votes, 3 on no. Gas Town. Gotcha. Cool. What's up, 10 people in the chat? I want to know how you and Stevia use Gas Town to build cool shit. Cool. Well, you came to the right place. I am currently, I've tried it, it has not worked out well. Yeah, I mean, it's all one big experiment for me here. But yeah, I'm trying to build kind of an automated, well, you could say AI slop generator where, but like for the purpose of vibe coding, we're going to output a bunch of code, right? We're going to have a bunch of commits and we're going to make a bunch of changes. So we want to kind of advertise that somehow. We want to market that. We want to build kind of in public, like literally what I'm doing here, right? I'm showing my work as I'm doing it. So I want to help people build an audience. So as you're coding, I want Roxas to be kind of the central hub where you merge to main. It gets a webhook from GitHub, and we have the git commits and the git diffs. We send that over to OpenAI, get a nice social media post message. The MVP for us right now is to post to Instagram threads, and we are going to try to like automate starting the marketing for your app, whatever you do. So I did a bunch of work in parallel, which created this massive PR. So I'm testing against my kind of PR environment. I have a dev AWS account and a prod AWS account, and I've made a bunch of changes. 87 commits, which is essentially, you can look up Alice. Alice is the name of the crew member that I used to like generate the beads. You can see that there's like 54 beads probably closed. So that's how many like issues that we spun out to the different workers to work on. So we'll see. We'll see how this all. You just popped on my For You page, so I thought I'd check it out. Welcome. Nice to meet you, Imran Mirza. Imran Mirza. So, all right, we have a decision here. There's a draft creating. It requires 2 interfaces that don't exist. Okay, gotcha. So something that's dangerous with all this parallel work going on. So we span out. So like there's 11,000 lines of code that I'm not going to read. We parallelized to a bunch of different worker nodes called polecats, and then all this work kind of had to merge in together. So it's like a what is it? Freaking map reduce. Sorry, I was blanking. So it's like a big map reduce. So like we're mapping out all the functionality, or like all the stuff to polecats, and then we reduce it with this thing called the refinery, and then now we're kind of debugging the work that went in there. So I think probably because all these different like commits essentially like got merged in together, there's a bunch of merge conflicts. Probably the wrong things got blown away. So I kind of want to find these missing interfaces. Let's do option A, because I believe we probably implemented them somewhere along the way. Please search through the Git history to potentially find them. They may have gotten deleted through the refineries. Merge conflict resolutions. So then we can just go in and pull it out of Git history. Like, let's see. Can you have coding agents run 24/7? What inside slots do you have on what needs to have for that to run while you sleep? Also, can it test with your AWS deployment what's in dev? I think running 24/7. Oh, is it? Let me see. Found it. The stores exist but don't implement exact interfaces. Okay, gotcha. So probably. Let me add the missing method system. Okay. All right. It'll fix it. Whatever. Run 24/7, probably. Like the Ralph Wiggum loop kind of runs that. I don't. I kind of. I don't know. I don't have a desire to have it run 24/7. Like I kind of want to watch it as it's doing it. Because I've found like, so I've tried some long running processes or long running loops, and then I've gotten into the case where it kind of thrashes back and forth between like two failure modes, and I'm like, I kind of needed to intervene there, and I kind of had to. It was looking at like a build log, and the build log was too big for it to really. It was finding a needle in the haystack what was wrong with the build. So then I had to like find it myself as a human and copy paste like the section that I knew the error was in and like feed it to the agent. So I think we're not totally. Agents can't run like 24/7 autonomously yet, because they're good at debugging things, but they're not like. I still needed to find like get it unstuck. So yeah, I think there probably needs to be some kind of. I mean, it's also kind of like the halting problem, right? Where how can it tell when it's stuck, when it feels, when it's convinced that it's making progress, right? So yeah, at one point do you see, oh, maybe we changed the same line multiple times or something like that, right? And we've gone back and forth between two different solutions. Maybe there's some way we can detect that. Um, can it automatically test with your AWS deployment? What's in dev? Yes. So I have a PR build. So this deploys to my dev environment, and it'll run some like, I've got multiple levels of tests. I've got like unit tests, integration tests, and then kind of like browser end-to-end tests that it runs. So it made a change. Pre-existing test issue. Oh no. It loves, so this is also the shit that why we can't let it run forever, be like 24/7, because it loves to not take responsibility. This appears to be an existing issue unrelated to my changes. Like, well, I want it to be fixed. Let's fix this too. So yeah, right now I'm in the not as fun part where I'm like debug, like there's probably maybe ways to parallelize this debugging, but not really. Like I'm still trying to do the critical path through the app, so I'm kind of like limited by, all right, I need to take this these webhooks, like it saw that there was a recent commit here, and then okay, cool, awesome, it got the most recent commit, but then it hasn't generated a post yet. So we just kind of have to work through our way through the different errors of the system. Yeah, I agree. It's pretty interesting. How do you think Steve has orchestrated the flow to write 300k lines of code, etc.? I mean, he's a smart guy. Like, made a debugging agent or something. Yeah, I mean, that's more or less what I have right here, right? Like, I fixed it up to look at the, like, what's going on. I mean, I told it to try to fix this test, so maybe it's not gonna work. But it was waiting and looking at the build, and then, I mean, I'm sure the build passed, but like functionally the tests don't. Maybe that's what I should write, is like, clearly my functional tests don't cover the entire happy path or whatever here, or they don't simulate it well enough. So I need to, yeah, maybe think of a test where like automatically goes and like actually does all this stuff in dev. All tests pass. Let me check CI. Deployment succeeded. Let me just check if the test workflow completes. But yeah, I think people get caught up on like I think in another review he has a command called land the plane, which says 10 steps to verify give us screen. Yeah. So land the plane is more along the lines of wrapping up. Well, at least the last time I checked, like the last time I like copied it from his thing. Land the plane is more like you're running out of context window. Like you see that, oh, I've got 50% context on this agent. I want to land the plane and give it a good prompt for the next agent, a good prompt for it to pick up where it left off. That's the land the plane that I'm familiar with. But who knows? Like maybe it's changed. I think in Gas Town he has certain like hooks and certain like beat, like really kind of changed beads to fit Gas Town, or not changed beads, but like enhanced beads to fit Gas Town, so that context doesn't get lost as easily from agent to agent. Yeah, so like from like when the polecat fills up in context, there's still the hook of like there's a agent mail or whatever that it has to check its hook, and it's like, oh, work on this bead, and then it's kind of like almost a not really Ralph Wiggum loop or whatever, but like it has whatever memory it has within that bead. Okay. Let's see. All right, if you're here, please like the video. It helps out a lot. Hit the thumbs up, please. It'll boost it. More people can hang out. We can chat. Let's check the poll. 8 votes. Between 8 votes, 88% say no, have not used Gas Town. So, yeah. Cool. Well, happy to be your first exposure to Gas Town. All right, so it made some changes. Peer to play dev, new lambda is deployed. The content where the drafts will be correct. Okay, that's a separate feature to implement. Okay, gotcha. Okay, push a blank commit then. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go! Let's go! Dubs in the chat. Look at this. Draft created. Let's go. That's what we wanted. That's the functionality we wanted. Please check the Lambda. Yeah, so it's like going around kind of on the side. Like I gave this permissions to my dev AWS account, and it's like going through and checking how all these things work. So basically, if you trust your agent, which people have varying levels of trust, even then, if you don't trust your agent, you can just give it like read only permissions to whatever you're working on, and it can be super helpful. It can like look at whatever thing that you're currently working on, or like it can inspect the live system is what I guess what I'm saying. So it's going through looking at the logs. I've never looked at an AWS log, at least for this system. I've barely used AWS logs, but it knows where to look. Like the agent knows how to use AWS better than me, and probably better than nearly all people, right? 80% of people. Of course, there's going to be wizards who know who can run all these commands as fast as this does, but I think, yeah. So it was able to confirm webhook delivered and processed. Can you check the app UI? Yes. So it's asking me, hey, can you like take a look? No drafts yet. Okay. But on the dashboard it says activity feed draft created. It should be able to just like just read the. Yeah, that's my justification for it, is that I would run the commands way faster and more detailed than I can. Yep, exactly. Website. But it's behind a login. That's right. That's why it. That's why it can't. So I just kind of have to give it some view as to what's going on, because it's behind a login here. So then, yeah, it's going through and debugging this with code that I haven't written, I haven't read at all, and it's gonna wire things up and make sure things like work. So, yeah, Golang is a goated. Okay, yeah, found it. New router with activism. So the traffic need to wire that up too. Yeah, Golang is like top. Might be pound for pound best vibe coding language. What languages do you guys vibe code in? Like the result of vibe code. Like, of course, we all like talk English to it, right? And then we like we write English, but like, what are the resulting vibe code languages that you guys use? All right, we've got 13 votes. 15% have used Gas Town. 85% haven't. Hit those likes, guys. If there's 14 people in here, hit the like button. Or if I haven't earned it, ask me a question. Like, let me know how I can earn your like and subscribe. So it's fixing something about creating a draft. So got a silly question. It was vibe coding. I think I've only checked the definition once. Okay, so what is vibe coding? So it's just the book by Gene Kim, Steve Yegi. Steve Yegi is the author of Gas Town and Beads. Gene Kim is a DevOps wizard. He is like a super serious guy. He wrote a famous book, The Phoenix Project. He also wrote this book around Dora metrics. So like he's been a huge influence in the DevOps space. So like I started taking vibe coding seriously. Vibe coding is just AI generated coding. So people use that word. It's a very broad definition. It could be all the way from using Lovable to like Replit, like platforms that kind of build all this stuff for you, to using Claude Code and other things to write code. Like you're not the one writing code, the AI is writing code. This is the definition of vibe coding. Bob Knoll, what's up, Bob Knoll? I vibe Python, TypeScript, Rust, and a little Go. Plot armor for the win. We're adopting Copilot. No Go yet, sadly. TypeScript, yes. Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I've heard that. I think a lot of that's like the standard stack is like TypeScript. I don't know, but I'm not like a big Node guy. Like I don't know. I'm a simple DevOps person. Like I like piping things around, and I don't know, JavaScript confuses me. Like I tried to take a class a long time ago, but I always have trouble whenever I try to npm install anything, and I don't know, things are unnecessarily hard for me. But I do like, basically the one time I like try to install, deployment succeeded, please refresh the drafts page. Let's see. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's preview. All right, so we don't have a preview yet on that. That's okay, cool. Okay, so we're not implementing. It's expected to not implement. Still messing. Yeah, content generation. Okay, gotcha. Separate feature. Okay. Didn't we implement these with the beads? Where did these features go? I thought we would have these when we merged all of the different polecat work together in the refinery. Please search the Git history to see if we can pull these features out. Oh, and vibe code a bunch of bash scripts. Yeah. Thank you for breaking that down. Oh yeah, no, totally modern day Voyager. You're welcome. Yeah, bash. Like I have done a ton of bash recently. Where yeah, bunch of CI bash scripts. But yeah, no, I think Golang is a goated vibe coding language because in like it seemingly the evidence points to like Gas Town built in Golang, Beads built in Golang. Steve Yagi moved, like, he had his initial version of Gas Town was in Python, and then he moved it to Golang because Golang is such a more simple language. And 1 second. What is this? Okay, all right. Sorry, cat's getting into stuff, and I'm like, yeah. So the first version of Gas Town that Steve Yagi made was, sorry. First version that Steve Yagi of like Gas Town in its current form was in Python, and then he like kind of pivoted from Python to Golang like in the last week in the last week of December. So like he was trying to ship it by mid-December or so, and then he ended up shipping it like the first of the year. So I think it's just an interesting pivot, and I think he mentions this in his articles at some point, where it's like Golang is strongly typed. That helps out a ton. It doesn't do any weird shit. It's a really simple language, and then it produces binaries, so you don't have to deal with oh shit, oh no, god damn it. All right, expose my OpenAI API key. Guys, don't hack me. Please don't send a bunch of... don't run up my bill. So yeah, this is also why... Well, the trouble of streaming while you're while you're developing, API keys get exposed and shit. Which language does my cat respond to best, Python or Go? I don't know. I think he's probably a Golang fanboy, but I don't know. He likes yeah, getting into stuff. Very curious kitty. So okay, let's reset this API key before I get a gigantic bill. This is docs. Manage projects. Where the fuck is... Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, let's All right, we want to rotate this one. Actually, I'll take this off so you guys don't see it. Not sure if you guys can hear that, but my cat's like getting into... We've got a bunch of just garbage on the ground I need to clean up, so... Which one was this? SKZ0Z. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, alright. Let's revoke that key. New secret key. Roxas dev. Okay. Alright, and then... Right, yeah, he's getting into Node. Yeah, he's all the messy dependencies and shit. He's gonna get dependency injected from left pad. That's my only impression of Node is like the left pad incident. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need to set the... Oh, guess what I see here? Oh, yeah, here we go. Look. Steve Yegi contributed beads. Newsletter generator. There's changed along sections for the release. New commands extract code. Huh. This might be a good idea, huh, guys? Generate newsletter. Weird. A way to, before you pause a deprecated package. Yep, right, exactly. All right, yeah, so we're generating content, boys. We're automatically generating content based on code. Steve Yegi literally just committed this 3 hours ago. Newsletter generator. So what I'm doing with Roxas is an extension of like this idea of code as content. There should be external keyring managers outside the dev, so you're not exposing key data. Yeah. GitHub. Roxas. Environments, dev. I'm rotating the secret here, guys. So give me 1 second with. Oh, sorry. Let me put this over to something interesting. OpenAI API key. All right, I'll paste it. Yeah, good thing you guys don't see that. Okay, cool. All right, rotated it. Yay. All right, we've got, let's check the poll. Have we used Gas Town? 18 votes, 83% no. Wow. All right. All right, cool. So hit like and subscribe. Please get this out to more people. So more people can hang out and just chill and vibe code a little bit. We are not moving the needle at all in the current session, but that's fine. So Gas Town is running multiple agents. Each agent is responsible for a different task. Yes. Gas Town is when you, like right now I'm just kind of running it in single agent mode because I'm like debugging stuff. Like there's just only like one path that I'm trying to debug. And that's like getting from webhook, generate social media posts. Like I'm trying to debug the critical path. But the 2 live streams ago, like I cooked up a bunch of beads, which are like the issues, kind of the agent issue tracking system. Cooked up a bunch of beads, spun them out all in parallel. That's where you get all these like 93 commits now. But if we see Alice, so we see Alice dash is so Alice is the name of the whatever, the auto generated like crew member. So there's different roles within Gas Town. Crew members are like long lived kind of Claude instances where you do like bigger work there. So like I wrote up a whole spec, I broke it down with beads, and then from once we have the beads, we can go to the mayor. So like right now I'm on crew Alice, so I can go to the mayor. Mayor isn't doing anything because I'm like going through like a single debugging, like a single path here. But like I went to the mayor and I was like, hey, sling all these beads, like really do it all in parallel. Eventually why is Claude code or sorry, I'll get to that. And then once you sling all those beads out, all the polecats, the workers, get all the work done, and then they do like a merge request. That responsibility is for the refinery. The refinery kind of is responsible for it's a merge queue. So whatever pull request is in first, it tries to merge that, figures out all the merge conflicts and stuff, and tries to merge it in. So that's all the parts that I know how to use Gas Town. I don't play with the Deacon or the Dog or whatever, any other ones. But yeah, let's see. So we're looking at the logs. So Gas Town is running multiple agents. It can run like a bunch of agents in parallel. I did the other night, and then now I'm like kind of debugging this like critical path, so it kind of makes sense to run it like serially. How are your feelings on Gas Town in terms of productivity so far? I feel pretty productive. Like it wrote all this code. Who knows if it works yet or not, but it appears to be all there. It appears to all kind of have a purpose, and is all kind of logically coherent here, like more or less like what it's supposed to be doing. But who knows? Like I'm not totally sure if it's gonna work or not. And it's all tested, or like it has unit tests that it wrote itself, so hopefully it's all tested. Why is Clock Code sleeping for minutes at a time? Let's see. Yeah, generation fill for draft is set, but the key appears to be valid expired. Yes. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so it. Please run it again. I recently rotated the OpenAI key. Please do not expose it. Why is Cloud Code sleeping for minutes at a time? I'm in a like whatever, like debugging loop here where I'm it's kind of single threaded. Like I can't like parallelize this work too well. Like I'm just kind of like working through the critical path of the system. Gas Town only works with Claude. It's kind of only tested with Claude. There's other options for sure, and I added some other options like ways to use other agents, but I've only really used it with Claude. Other people have, other people have used it with other things. I can't say how effective it is with those other things. I guess I should rephrase. Do you feel like you're getting the end result on the Roxas page? I'm getting further. Like I've got this draft stuff now. I've got, oh yeah, activity feed. Look at all these drafts being created, right? I couldn't have done this myself. There's no way that I would have done all this. So I think it is working for me and how I want to do it. I just picked up a DGX Spark to set up a home lab playground. I want to set up a multi-agent system. Let's see. What is DGX Spark? It's an NVIDIA ARM computer. Like, what is this? It's a workstation with a big ass graphics card or something. $4,000. Grace Blackwell, super. Okay, gotcha. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. People are into home labs. Oh, I haven't been on Newegg in years. Literally years. I don't know. I'm a normie now. Like I used to want to build my own computer. I never have. But as a kid, I would sit on Newegg and just look at all the different computer parts and like think about assembling them to get, like, because you know you're a kid, you don't have any money, so I just stared at all the newest computer parts and just dreamed about you know, all the cool games I could run or whatever, right? Like the most expensive CPUs and cooling or whatever. So I don't know. That was just a blast from the past for me. Better or faster than they do it by hand. Yes, both. Better or faster. If I were to just do it by hand, I would not do this by hand. I can't do this by hand. I do not know anything about web dev and nothing about databases, and the only thing I know is like DevOps, CI/CD, cloud infrastructure. I don't know any application stuff. This is doing all the application stuff for me. It seems like it's stuck. So yeah, this is just way better. Like, yeah, this is totally. I'm doing things that I cannot do by hand. Tibbs Fox was able to make it work with Aider and OpenCode. Okay, cool. It's putting sleep 120. Yeah, so it's reading the GitHub actions. So yeah, that Bob Knoll, like it's kind of what it was, just waiting for the GitHub actions to run, I guess. Probably. Yeah, sleep 20, yeah, it's probably looking for these different things. Okay, cool. AI generation completed. All right. Okay, let's take a look. Hello, bro. How's it doing today? Good. Sour Ab Sharma. How you doing, man? Plot arm for the win. Sweet. Yep, that's awesome. It's a mini PC with 120 gigabyte or unified memory like Max. When I hear Spark, I think of Sun Microsystems. So I can run models at full memory. Good old Sparks. They were nice. When you're an adult, you don't have any money. When you are an adult, you don't have any money. Exactly, right? I'm old, so I just have enough for the occasional toy, right? This should help me with projects. Yeah, nice. Plot armor. That's cool. I come from systems networking engineering. I build out the cloud layer VMware. Nice. Cool. Okay. Let's check drafts. It says, oh shit, look at that. Look. Okay, so the preview page doesn't work, but look. Like it sent it to OpenAI, made a call, came back and it made a message. There we go. Let's fucking go. Dubs in the chat. It like, look at this. Like hit the subscribe. We are getting results here, people. Look at this. Yeah. Let's go. Who says AI programming is slop code? Like this is totally working. Okay, cool. Yes, that worked. Let's go. All right, 24 votes, 79% have not used Gas Town, so welcome to Gas Town. Okay, excellent. Full pipe is now working end to end. Draft updated. Dashboard shows activity feed. Drafts page shows. Okay, gotcha. Wired up to. Okay, cool. Please look at all the beads that were closed and ensure so far I'm finding Gas Town to be a bit much for what I'm doing, but I do like the concept a lot. I'm just finding just using beads alone is useful enough. Oh yeah, totally. Like at work I'm just using beads. I don't have a $200 a month personal subscription at, like for Claude, so I'm more limited at work, but like this I'm able to kind of like unleash Gas Town a little bit more. So let's see. All right. Okay. Existing were already implemented, they just weren't wired up. Okay. Okay, what about the rest of the beads? And the features that were implemented, are those wired up now? Or do we have to continue to go through and wire up things? The models are powerful when you can focus context. Yep, exactly. Yep, it's all about giving it a very, very targeted thing, and like using guardrails to kind of like focus it and like direct it down a path. I've definitely seen some people on Reddit showing off projects that contain some amount of slop with security vulnerabilities and partially implemented. So yeah, sure. I mean, but what doesn't have security vulnerabilities in partially implemented things, right? Like human generated code has all those things too. So I think enterprise vibe code, the point of this whole channel is to kind of like define these processes, and that we have to be really diligent about all the processes that we do from here on out. Like if we're going to use AI generated code, we're going through a compaction. All right, it's gonna totally forget and not know anything, but whatever. So yeah, for sure, there's gonna like prompt injection terrifies me, right? Like I never have it like search anything on the web. Like it's like unless it's some like a specific website that I know is like not whatever compromised or whatever. So it's there's going to be tons of security vulnerabilities, and that's kind of the higher level job for the human, is to know what security vulnerabilities to look at. right? So yeah, I mean that's now our job, is to review code and to make sure whatever the AI outputs is safe. So and make sure it does what it says it does, right? Ahmed Choya, did you try open code? No, I haven't yet. I'm just sticking with my Claude Code, $200 a month. Let's see how much we've used so far this session. 6%. Yeah, we are not making a dent. Open code is a great way to try out because it has some free models you can use. Okay, nice. Yes, using Claude Max Bro Tato. Tibbs Fox, get shit done is a tool like Gas Town. That also works really well. I've heard that. Everyone has their own orchestrator. There's going to be dozens of orchestrators. So, all right, first plug for my newsletter. So I write a newsletter weekly. You can check it out here. I talk about, just I kind of summarize my thoughts every week. What I wrote about last week is cost of code is going to 0, and Attack of the Clones. So we're all spawning in the same part of this low-hanging fruit forest, and we're all picking the same fruits. We're all like, oh, I need an agent orchestrator. I want it to work just like how I want it to, or whatever, right? And everybody's like, oh, I want a to-do list that works just like how I want it to, or I want to have it track, like whatever it is. Like, this is fine. Like we're all spawned in kind of the same area, but the people who are going to make like real money and like really do well are going to get with people who are, well, like, we're solvers. We can solve any problem now. Like, we can create any app and do anything. Like, if you are on this stream, like, you are fully capable of doing that. Like, you care enough about using agent orchestrators and debating all these different models and frameworks or whatever. You are fully capable of making anything at this point, right? So now for us to make real money, to do new things, we need to like get with people who have problems, like who aren't developers. Like, developers can solve their own problems now, right? So we need to like talk to real people, not saying that we're not real people or whatever, right? But like, we need to talk to non-tech people, see what problems they're having, and we can solve them. Like that's the PM dev relationship is like that's the crux of it. So now we are a one-man dev shop. We can talk to people who are our PMs, people with problems, and we need to like get with people, get outside of this immediate area of the low-hanging fruit forest that we're in, and get to different corners of the forest, and like that we can be really successful like that. So anyways, hopefully that makes sense. So anyways, subscribe to the newsletter if you want more insights like that. All right, Tibbs Fox, the idea. All right, this is still working. Tibbs Fox, the idea is limited context of the scope of the task. Yep, exactly. Okay. Yes, I'm experimenting with, and when you use the right skills and plugins with GLM Minimax 2, it's really powerful. Gotcha. Cool. I don't know. I don't really run anything with skills or plugins. I feel like I'm pretty vanilla. Like, I think we should, I don't know. I want to run relatively like Gas Town is the customization, right? I don't want to be over fit to any particular problem, maybe. Now I'm trying with get shit done. It's getting the job done. Good evening, JMD 489. Nice to see you. I really enjoy open code. You can use it with your Claude Max plan, even though Anthropic doesn't want you to. Gotcha. Cool. Any tip on why Mayor is not delegating tasks? Create a crew, attach the Mayor, generate features. Seems like the Mayor is not just doing everything. You have to say sling. The keyword is sling. If you don't tell it sling, it may just try to do the thing itself. Pro tip. And then if you don't see the workers do anything, like if it's just stuck on like the initial prompt, if it's stuck on like whatever, if you just see it here and you just see the prompt and it's not doing anything, you can tell the Mayor, hey, nudge all of the workers, and the nudge will like send a return key or whatever, and just tells it, hey, like do the thing. The nudge just kind of like gets it out of this kind of stuck mode here. Let's see. It's about trying them out, getting feel, and pick the one that makes sense to you and run with it. Yep, exactly, Tips Fox. Yep, I completely agree. I think everyone should just focus like 80% of their time working on within the same framework, and then 20% of the time, try out new things. Like see if you get some easy wins from some other framework, some other tool. All tests pass. Or more stuff is allegedly wired up. Social threads connection. Okay. The curly is the still valid for proposal. Please commit and push to the combined PR. How do you make the images? They're very, very good. They are Gemini VO3 or something. They're just Gemini, and it's all based on like this steampunk theme of Gas Town, and this is what I'm most proud of. Is like this is exactly enterprise vibe code. Is that we take human generated code as an input and we output business value. We should be able to take AI generated code, put it through a process, and output business value. So this is like, steampunk, like Gas Town themed. We should be able to like run it through the process, take the AI generated code, run it through a process, be really confident about getting business value out of the end there, the output. All right. Question. I think if a developer 2000 had access to regular cloud code with all these constraints, all these limits, how they approach, wouldn't they be more efficient? Andy the robot had access to regular cloud code with all of these constraints, all these limits. Like limit in tokens. Andy, do they like are they limited? Just like, are you asking if they had to like really conserve their tokens, would they be more efficient? I don't know. How do you make the tools that make sense to everyone else to solve their issues? Is a major challenge. Communication is still hard. Oh yeah, totally. We have to go where the hard problems are. Tips Fox. We have to like talk to other people. Like the main. Okay, so one more thing on the newsletter. 50% energy of engineering is doing the thing, and the other half is talking about it. So we could go and like do our whole nerd thing in here and like create products and apps and whatever, but we still have to let people know. We still have to talk about it. Like, think about how many meetings you're in at work. Like, you have to talk about your work to some degree to some people, right? So I think we can just be more independent with our talking about work, as in here we are, right? This is what I'm personally betting on. Big reveal, big like this is my bet that I want to be able to communicate and reach people who have problems and tell them, hey, I can solve your problems. Like, distribution is going to win. That's at least my prediction. All right, JMD. Yep, that's been a problem. Been so on top of all the tech, but I still struggle to apply it in monetary ways. Yep, for sure. I mean, we all do. Like, I'm only just kind of figuring out like the distribution problem here. Ahmed, yes, good point. I think AI will make the AI engineer focus more on engineering. Yep, exactly. Andy the robot, code to functionality ratio. The solution to expensive token limits is the most token efficient technology. So you need to burn tokens to learn. You need to be inefficient. Like with anything, this is any skill. You are going to be very inefficient at anything when you first learn it, right? When you ride a bike, you're gonna fall. You're not gonna be very efficient, right? Like you're gonna fall. You're not gonna be able to get anywhere. You scrape your knee, like you're not efficient at all. But so you have to put a lot of effort up front to become efficient. You need to learn how to ride the bike. You need to learn how to like balance and figure out and go 5 yards and then fall, right? Like you have to incrementally increase the length that you can bike it in order to become efficient. So engineers, we're so obsessed with efficiency that we're like, oh, every new tool should be super efficient. Like we should always get a plus 20% on whatever new tool. But really, skill development, like why I'm interested in, like why I'm so deep into vibe coding is because I'll get into that later, but like it's a skill. It's a new skill. We got airdropped this new technology over the last 2 years, but really with agents over the last 6 months, 7 months. We got airdropped this new technology and everyone is new at it. Nobody is an expert at this thing, like nobody except like Steve Yegi and like the guys that you know, the people at the forefront, right? The names that everybody knows, yeah, they're the experts. But for the rest of us, we have to practice this. We need to like the reason why I follow Steve Yegi is because, or like why I'm like bought into his vision, is because where is it? Beads. Introducing beads. So he has this picture of him vibe coding literally everywhere. Like he is vibe coding 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is all he does. He is going to get really good at vibe coding by burning all these tokens, by being inefficient with all these tokens. You don't want to be limited by the amount of times you can practice. The number, you don't want to be limited by the number of times you can get up and ride on the bicycle, right? What if you, how long would it take you if you could only start riding on the bicycle once a day, right? Like if you took your kid out to the street, be like, all right, you get one chance per day to try to stand up on the bike, like, and ride the bicycle, and they fall. And it's like, oh, you got to wait 24 hours till you ride the bicycle again, right? Like it wouldn't be a very efficient process to learn. So sorry, I'm crashing out on you, Andy the robot, but that I think this is a mentality we need to break, that we need to somehow like hoard our tokens and be like, oh man, I'm so concerned about costs. It's like, no, like $200, I'm showing you guys, $200 in Claude Code credits is nothing. Like it is so valuable. It is a steal that we get this much productivity for, like, I've gotten way more, like, I have a half working app that's not totally working yet, but it's going to be. I can iterate on it. It's a dev partner for $200 a month. How crazy is that? So sorry for the crash out, but like, I really want to emphasize that people are too cheap. Like developers, like we are too frugal, we're too cheap. We like to optimize things, but it's premature optimization. We like to optimize things, we like to save money, we like to see number go up or number go down in savings or whatever, but like we need to like really invest, like be okay with losing $200 a month. It's a learning expense, right? Like we buy books, we never read them. Like just put those to, I've got whatever piles of books that I bought from Amazon I haven't read yet, thousands of dollars. Put that money into Claude Code, and this is the future. This is what we need to be learning here. All right, crash out. Maybe over. I don't know. We'll see. The skills and plugins are how people make them do the skills just the way they want. Yeah, I mean, totally. I mean, I just personally prompt and like I use Whisper Flow just to kind of like voice chat everything, so I can kind of like get very detailed anyway, and I don't need like all the whatever. The workflow is baked into the Gas Town that I want anyways. My highest priority is to have AI manager my Teams chat. Yeah, plot armor. Have AI management team chat. I get pinged every 18 minutes on average. Oh geez, that's terrible. That's you never get anything done then. Yeah, you somehow you need to protect your time better. Like tell your manager and be like, hey, like I need to block out some time where I am not accessible and I can like really be heads down. Or you just ignore it and then you get back to them later. I don't know. I think part of the challenge facing most of it is there's just so much information out there. It's hard to distill down to the domain you're interested in. Yeah, totally. Just the exercise of putting your idea out into words helps you yourself make sense of it. Yeah, no, I like by doing this live stream, I'm working out my ideas in real time, like with just talking to you guys. So. Engineers will soon become what they hate managers. Yes. Yeah. No, we are managing agents now. And that's why it feels, I think why engineers have such a visceral reaction to not wanting to be part of it. Like like kind of like criticizing agents even, right? Like they're like, oh, they can't do anything right. Like, oh, I'm so much better because I know all the stuff. Like I have 20 years experience. It's like, well, the thing's trained on the entire internet. Like, are you really going to beat that? Like in the long term, do you really expect to beat a thing that's trained on the entire internet? Like that's hundreds of billions of dollars are being poured into. So I don't know. I don't feel like that's a good long-term strategy for like as a career. Like, go with the flow. like if people are investing a trillions of dollars into this thing, like we should probably use it, and it's probably pretty good, and it is pretty good. So yeah, the thing itself, there may be artisanal code, like very small use cases, like edge cases where we have to manually code some things once in a while, but for the most part we are managers, and managers are the original vibe coders. Like managers have had to delegate that kind of job of writing code to humans, right? And humans aren't perfect, right? Like people make this like false dichotomy of like, oh, human code is so much better than vibe code. It's like, well, have you seen human code? Have you really like like it feels like we're putting human code up on a pedestal as if there isn't a backlog full of bugs, right? That they're never going to finish. So I feel like vibe code is getting a bad rap, and if we do a process, the enterprise vibe code process, we can output pretty good code. That's like human level quality, and we can review it, and like it can be good. It just like the initial code it spits out is a first draft, and we just have to acknowledge that it is a first draft, and we have to kind of refine it over time. Tibbs Fox, look at the amount of data energy it takes to train the models. It's the same with you. Got to put in the time. Yep, exactly. You got to put in the work. The models are putting in the work. Bike is a good analogy. Thank you, Plot Armor. This is actually a good take. I appreciate your perspective. Result as the speed of thought. Yep, exactly. Off power. Compare that $200 a month to what you would spend on college, and that is a steal. You'll learn more, tons more for $200. Yes, exactly. I've been on projects that burn cash on approaches that have not been prototypes and POC'd. This is a great money saver in that area. Yes, exactly. D models. Bro, I tried beads over the last few days. It's buggy as fuck. Very frustrating for news to user. Kind of kills the narrative Steve is trying to build. You get that too. I feel like, yes, beads, you kind of have to be patient maybe with beads. I feel like it takes, you got to let the agent cook a little bit. Like you can, I think there's some beads like prompt, or like not beads prompts, but like beads, like your agent has to read how beads works, and then it like learns how beads, like how beads wants to be interacted with. Like it has to read these commands, and then I'm sure like agents IMD, it has to like learn how to do it. So I agree, like there are certain things with the beads like database, and like sometimes if you're using it in multiple projects, and like it can get all like weirded out or whatever. I totally hear you. It's also kind of alpha software still, so like we are again on the bleeding edge here. If you're watching this, we are like, you should be okay with using half-baked software. I don't know. I'm okay with beads. I use it at work, and I recommend it to people at work, and people at work like it. So I don't know. I enjoy it. I've gotten a lot of use out of it. So yeah. Alex Verone, Whisper Flow, Heart. Yep, it works really well for me. Except for the crypto and VR, those kind of died. What was that? Oh, it kind of kills the you get that too. No, no, okay, gotcha. Like, we're sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat, and maybe these were sent during my crash out. Except for crypto and VR, those kind of died. All right, so we'll have an organic nougat-free labels on apps. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe people want to just support human written apps or something. I don't know. But yeah, D models. Yeah, it's not just you. Yeah, it is buggy. Like I will admit, it is buggy. It's not perfect. I think the agent kind of smooths it over enough to make it usable, because it can try over and over again to like figure out what's going on. It can debug it by itself enough, but like what Steve is saying is that Claude is going to train on beads. Claude is going to train on this code that we've like on Gas Town and beads and whatever, and eventually it's going to like just know how to use it, right? Like right away, versus instead of having to read the prompt, having to read the agent instructions, agents IMD for beads. Like it'll just know how it's going to be baked into the model somewhere. Okay, cool. Made it through all the comments. Thank you guys for being so active in the chat. Really appreciate it. Helps out the engagement. Another form of engagement you can do is like, subscribe if you haven't already. Really appreciate everyone being here. The channel is just, been growing a ton, and really appreciate everyone supporting it. So and that might be my spiel for right now. Okay, cool. Let's go back to the work here. Go back to debugging. Enough crashing out for right now, at least. Let's land this plane. Yeah, exactly. So we created a new one. Let's see. I don't think we did this. Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh shit! You see this guy Dubs in the chat? Like we're fucking winning, boys. We are winning. Exciting news from the Roxas development team. We just made a significant update with commit. Our combined test branch and instant software reliable performance. Awesome. Sweet. And it's okay, it's over over the limit or whatever. Alright, that's fine. And okay, so adjusts. Cool. Sweet. I like the phrase plot armor. Nice way to tell the agent wrap it up. Put a button on it. Yep. I mean, yeah. Steve came up with the that term. All right. Thank you, plot armor. Appreciate it. See you. All right. Save changes. Why did that jump? Why do I feel like that jumped? Oh well. Drafts. Preview. Post. Cool stuff though. Feels like you are on the brink. Yep. Yeah. So like all the plumbing that I like did in parallel, it all had like we just kind of have to like nudge certain things now. Like we just have to like make sure certain wires are connected, versus creating all this from whole cloth, right? So I forget who was asking, but like, yeah, I feel way more efficient than if I tried to write this myself. Like I wouldn't have been able to do this myself. How does vibe auditing work? Good question. The main thing that I feel like is going to be the future is all these models working together to like, we're going to plan, and I've seen it. So one of the guys, I forget his name. But he's wicked smart guy. Met him through Gas Town, and he basically built a chat room for the models for like planning beads. So for example, not planning beads yet, but like for PR reviews. So like he posts up a review, he has Codex Gemini and like Claude all comment, and like they talk amongst each other about the PR and like about certain issues in the PR. And I feel like getting a multi-point like model inspection, like multi-direct like perspective, I think that's the future, and I think we need to do a lot of it. I manually do it like once, like a one pass through, for all of them to just give their opinion once. But like Steve has been talking about like convergence, where he was like, oh, you run it 5 times against itself, and it like kind of tells you, hey, I don't have anything more for you to change. I think with the Ralph Wiggum loop, there's going to be some like combination of all these things like put together, all these different concepts. are ways to like burn tokens to ensure to ensure that these models like agree, like they converge on one answer. Basically, MOE in chat. What is MOE? What is MOE? MOE. Acid spark. What is MOE? I'm not familiar with the term. Andy the robot. So we need a protocol for inter-agent communication. We need a Slack for agents essentially, and that could be Slack. like that like I think Slack is like, you can talk to Claude through Slack here, but yeah, for Gas Town. A mixture of experts. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, in Gas Town, there's like agent mail, and I think that's what that dude was using, is like agent mail to like have the agents talk to each other. But yeah, mixture of experts is like let them run until they like either all agree, converge on a solution, or they end up like disagreeing, and then that's like Gas Town doesn't do that. I think so Steve's thing with the formulas, Gas Town medium. So I think the formulas is this idea is that this is a general enough idea to kind of define workflows for agents to go through, like polecats in particular to work through. I imagine that you would be able to define this in a formula, this type of behavior. Basically, you have the AI pretend to be different agents that work together or adversarially to improve the output. Yeah, and I feel like we have all these different big model companies. We may as well use their power, right? Because, who's Ralph Wiggum, Jeffrey Huntley. So he has this video. His YouTube channel is great. Everybody should follow his YouTube. Like his is from Steve's post. Yeah. The email-like system for inter-agent communications. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, there's agent mail that happens already, like between Mayor and polecats and all that stuff. But for like this kind of ongoing chat thing, or like a agent mail centered around a particular, like going to a particular goal. Gas Town, from Steve Post, you're copy pasting, yeah. Eagerly adopted, discovered by Jeffrey Emanuel, MCP agent mail, combine mail with beads, let it ad hoc agent village, agents will naturally collaborate. Yeah, exactly. This dude's also wicked smart. So like, yeah, basically our job is to just follow these guys. Like they've burned so many tokens. To like go back to the crash out, is like the only way they are so good at this stuff is because they've had the opportunity. They have gigantic budgets to burn all these tokens, right? Jeffrey Emanuel, Steve said that he has 22 Claude Code $200 a month subscriptions. 22. Like that, and that isn't terribly expensive if you're a quant investor guy who is like like consulting on probably 10 different projects at once, yeah, you can afford whatever $4,400 a month in Claude code. What is that? 22 times 200. Yeah, $4,400. That is cheap compared to developer time. I think everyone just sees the sticker shock and thinks in terms of their own like personal budget, which is fine. Like nobody wants to like. Yeah, it's basically we're hiring 22 senior engineers that work 24/7. Yeah, this is like cheap, like not the trade-off is like completely justified. The challenges came out all right. Yep, exactly. So this dude is spinning 22 different, like not agents, but like he is using them to such a degree that he is burning through all those tokens. So you should avoid vendor lock-in for Beads works for your Claude code, Gemini. Yeah. Oh, so he's talking great about Beads here. So, anyways, yeah, we should like follow these guys. I guess I don't follow him yet, but Jeffrey Huntley also very good, like great follow. And yeah, I think yeah, $200 is cheap for senior staff. Yeah, sure. I mean, everybody goes to this yeah, we have like personal sense of budget and then there's business sense of budget. With a business, you like have some idea. To go back to my Gemini thing again. I looked through his GitHub. I'm surprised to see nothing too substantial or interesting to show for all these tokens. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I haven't really looked too much into Jeffrey Emanuel. Yeah, he doesn't keep them all running. He rotates through them as they get throttled. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Wonder if he's load balancing in the background, new context. Use the next available agent, for example. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe he load balances them so that, yeah, they don't hit limits and like kind of keeps using them continuously. So, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, like his super valuable stuff may be private. Like he's doing like consulting work for probably his quant buddies or whatever, right? Like the really impressive stuff is like behind closed doors for sure. But yeah, like think of this, like we're building this process. Like if we can figure out a way to like manage all these agents to like reliably output business value, that's what the $200 is super worth. We are building this machine to reliably turn refined slop code into value. Now you can get that something that's actually more than 3-4 times because humans can't do 24/7. So it's more like you're paying $200 for 3 to 5 senior employees. The stuff you hear about is nothing compared to really going on. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, okay, yeah. So what I was saying is like, yeah, so the $200 a month is part of this machine. So if you can put in $200 a month and output $201 a month, right? Like you're just going to keep feeding in $200 a month and you're making $1, you're going to feed it in, and there's a feedback loop, right, of business value. Like that's how whatever all this stuff works. So if we code up something that's $200 $200 worth of tokens in, and we can output 400, 1,000, or however many dollars out, then $200 is super cheap compared to the thousands of dollars of value that we're creating. So I think people think of Claude Code as because it's going on their personal credit card. Yeah, it is kind of whatever, relatively expensive for the average person, and like it's not cheap. It's not $20, but like you're getting the maximum amount of possible learning by buying those tokens. You're learning for your job, which if you're making, like I do the math, like I had this whole crash out already. I did the math here. Basically you're investing in yourself. And if you're an average software developer, you probably have $200 a month invested in yourself for you to like ensure that you continue to get the it's like 3.5%. Invest the 3.5% to make sure you continue to get the 96.5% rest of your income moving forward. Okay. When you're spending that much money on tokens, you're probably working on stuff you can't give away. Yep, probably true. Sometimes I'm wondering if it's also a massive lack of efficiency and tuning, like each agent context window is moving something ahead like 1%, and most of the context windows just rebuilding context. Potentially. That's how they get to such high usage. And sure, you don't have to start with $200 a month. Yeah, you can use the 20, and you'll get really frustrated when you burn through it really easily. And then you can upgrade to the 100, and then you'll burn through that moderately quickly. I'm just giving like worst case scenario of like, oh my god, I have to spend $200 a month. It's like, well, I understand things are hard, times are hard. If you can't afford this, don't do it, right? But like software engineers, we're paid decently well. We can invest in our own education, and we can like start with something free and push it till you want, then get a cheap plan, then like 20. Yeah, sure. But just like stick with one tool. I think people get into this trap of like, oh, let me jump from free tool to free tool. And like they don't build. Yeah. Just start using it, get a feel. Yeah. Don't jump from free tool to free tool. Like you're not going to get a feel for the agent. If you like Claude, stick with Claude. If you like open code or whatever, stick with that. Like if you like Cursor, stick with that. Like develop a lot of experience points in one tool, because then you can like a good textbook used to cost $200. Yeah, exactly. Right. Develop a feel for your tools. Like say a construction worker, like if they're going to be using a drill every day, and they are going to be using it to make find what works and use it. Yep, totally. If they're using a drill every day for their job, 8 hours a day, like, or 12 hours a day even, like, right, they're using a drill just like doing 100 nails a day or screws a day, whatever it is, like whatever they're doing. Are they gonna like cheap out on that thing? Like me over here just hobbying on my 5090. Oh, okay. What 5090 RTX? Oh yeah, you're totally hobbying, right? Yeah. Your home lab over there. Hobbies often turns. Yeah, no, totally. Like hobbies are the thing that you are like willing to do. Like you're willing to give discretionary effort. You're willing to go above and beyond and go deep into something you're passionate about. And I know like people throw around like passion willy-nilly here, but like nowadays, I'm so passionate about B2B sales or whatever. It's like, no, like it's the thing that you are willing to lose sleep over. It is the thing that you feel called to do. The thing that gets your discretionary effort. got it before price skyrocketed too bad. Got the whole system for $3,500. Nice. So discretionary effort, that's the hobby part. That's like you want to do this thing, and that's it has your whole attention. I'm not on this anymore, but like basically what Steve Yagi is demonstrating here is like he's vibe coding all day every day, and this is getting 100% of his attention. He is going to be one of the best at this thing. There's no beating him if he is vibe coding all the hours that he is awake. There's no possible way of being better than him at this thing, or having an opinion that is more informed than his, right? Because he's done it. Like you can't just shortcut all that work. Like you can't go and call him like dumb or whatever because you haven't done the work. You haven't seen all the bugs that he's seen with vibe coding. So in my early days, near 100% of my disposable income went into building home servers and learning how to make this shit work. Like how some people are car people or really into a sport. Yeah, exactly. Totally. Like for me, I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So in my other life, like all of my time up until very recently with this vibe coding stuff is focused on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So if it works and makes money but is expensive, it's not dumb. Yeah, exactly. Jiu-Jitsu does not make money. It's relatively expensive, but like it's fun and like it's a healthy sport or whatever. But like I spent so much time and so much discretionary effort in here. I'm a brown belt, and I've tried to do multiple like businesses within jiu-jitsu, and it's like it doesn't work. Like it's not there isn't the leverage there. It's ultimately like a person-to-person like apprenticeship kind of model, which is fine. Like I'm down. Like I'm a coach. Someone starting out fresh with these tools isn't going to have the foundational knowledge gained from being in the IT trenches. Yeah, exactly. Like that's why people who are defensive about like, oh, the AI isn't good, I'm not going to use it at all. It's like, bro, like your 20 years of experience doesn't just disappear. It doesn't just go out the window, right? Like your 20 years of experience like informs how you can like efficiently and effectively use these tools. There's still just like the skill of using AI tools is orthogonal. It's different. You still have to get in here and type and like work with it to really understand how to use it. But once you understand how to use it, you can watch what it's doing, and you kind of see what it's building, what direction it's going. It's like, oh, is that a good direction or a bad direction? Your experience informs that. So it means, yeah, when AI makes a mistake, you know it made a mistake. Yeah, exactly. You can identify what a good path is and what isn't a good path. Okay. Where are we at? Okay. Cool. Let's see. Where? Sorry, I got to yapping and got lost track, but that's okay. I like yapping. Sweet. All right. Let's look at our poll. 42 votes. 83% no, have not used Gas Town. 14 thumbs up. There's more than 14 people in the chat. Let's hit the thumbs up, guys. Helps out a ton. I really appreciate everyone being here, watching, engaging, all that. Hit the thumbs up, like and subscribe. Helps everyone out, or helps. Yeah, I mean, does help everyone out. Like the more people come into the chat, the more like different diverse perspectives we get. Literally helps everyone out. The more people we can attract here, the more things we can like talk about, get different perspectives. Yeah. Tech is like surfing a wave. You're always on the edge. Yeah, sure. Yeah, totally. Like, this is where I feel like the first time I'm on, like, right on the edge here. Like, I'm floating on the edge of wonders here. Yeah, exactly. It's funny. I feel like I'm the most ahead, like, on my team, and that's rare. Like, I haven't been the most ahead on whatever a new technology. I've always kind of been learning and like whatever, middle of the pack or whatever. Yeah. What is the bit? A 1 or 0, right? Do you know anybody who's used Gas Town with Apple Vision Pro? Seems like you could Tmux, bring up tons of windows and see everything. You could, yeah. I can't say that I have. Like, have you seen these guys? UI game. Some people like made some like crazy UIs. Actually, I want to keep this because there's a ton of discussion here. Everybody's got a Gas Town article now, but yeah, I saw some crazy visualizers, like UI, like get literal like MO, like RPG type of like or RTS type of Claude interfaces. Tibbs Fox, I want to bring back IRC for agent orchestration and communication. Oh, that'd be dope. If you are using audio prompts, overcome some of the keyboard challenges. Yeah, for sure. Vendors have shown they can do shrink token limits to context windows, introduce new usage captions at any time. Yeah, I mean that's the game. Still worth it. still worth to use the latest model. I think. Yeah, like if you are creating anything worth greater than $200, you owe it to yourself to use the best stuff possible. And hopefully whatever you're creating is worth at least $200, right? Like that's the idea, right? That's the business. That's the game for software engineering. That supposes you have someone with a Vision Pro to test. Yeah, right. Not too many of those floating around. All right. We're at 8:30. Okay, let's see. What did we have anything here? I mean, hoping to give Vision Pro a try, but I'm not buying one for it. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Okay. So we got deployed You edit drafts, push threads. Of course, saying and var and connecting a threads account. Okay, how do I connect a threads account? Connections, connect account. Actually. Oh, Tibbs Fox. Yeah. I forgot you were from Slow. Yes. Of course it does. Yeah, Firestone. That's the yeah, I'm actually yeah, going back soon at the end of February. Gonna go visit and give a presentation on AI agents. One of the professors invited me back. I was like, oh wow, I made it. This is I know something about something enough to go back and educate the youths about this thing that I'm doing. So yeah, I'm gonna have some Firestone relatively soon. Not from there, but spend much time there. Gotcha. Just curious, have you applied any of your experience in Jiu-Jitsu to software development and log AI? I have been waiting for this all stream. Well, glad you asked. Here, so Pacific Northwest zone. Gotcha. Cool. Nice tips, Fox. Okay. So why I am so sold on vibe coding is because it is incredibly similar to this thing called the constraints-led approach or ecological approach. How we learn to move. This is like kind of the easiest way to kind of get into this and think about this. I like jiu-jitsu literally went through this like massive like this massive upheaval of coaching methodologies of like, so the traditional coach is like, oh, I show you detail X, Y, and Z, and you do it exactly like that, and you need to drill it, and you need to drill it 100 times, do it perfectly, and you'll get good at jiu-jitsu. And like, that's the traditional way, or that's the whatever. Everyone thinks, oh, muscle memory, and thinks like this is a thing, right? So ecological approach, constraints-led approach kind of turns that on its head and is like, no, like this static drilling is kind of bullshit, because it breaks when it hits something like real resistance. Like nobody isn't you don't have a compliant partner in a real like sparring situation. So you need to practice how you play, right? Like you need to practice translating. Okay, this guy's gonna be resisting. I need to grab the arm like this and like really like keep my elbows tight or whatever. And like you really feel the how to do the technique against a real opponent, like a real resisting opponent. So that's kind of this upheaval is like the role of the coach has completely changed in jiu-jitsu. For me, when I coach jiu-jitsu Tuesday, Thursday mornings, I'm setting constraints. I'm setting like boundaries, guardrails even around, hey, we want to work on this particular position right now. The goals from our position, this position, the top player is trying to get around their legs. And then bottom player has to do something like to get the top player to touch the mat or something like that, right? So I explain the goals, and we do these like micro battles. And jujitsu is just a series of these micro battles until someone eventually gets a tap, until somebody gets to such a dominant position they can get like a rear naked choke and force them to tap, right? So jiu-jitsu is just a series of these micro battles, and you're kind of like going back and forth, and you're like trying to you're constantly fighting. Like it's constantly a thing you are resisting against. So Tips Fox, you are learning how it feels for your body to actually I think something that is hard to explain is you got to do something enough to know what it feels like. Yeah. So the constraint, like how I feel, how I describe agents is you need to learn, you need to do the thing to get a feel for it. Stick with one agent and get a feel for it. You have to do the thing enough. You're learning how it feels for your body to move in certain ways, how the blood is flowing in your body, your breath, knowing how to listen to sending you. Yes. So going off on this tangent, or coming back, digressing. AI, these agents are learning very similar to how we learn. We have to learn against, like, learn by doing, like Cal Poly motto. Vibecraft, gamify open world, UI UX for agentic dev. Yeah, right. You have to work with people for a while before you become productive in a team. Agents are the same. Yeah, totally. Yes. You have to learn by doing. Like that's the Cal Poly motto, learn by doing. Like this all connected for me very, like, somewhat recently. Like not even like a couple years ago maybe. It's like when I first got into the eco thing, like when I first read this book and like got into like this different method of training jiu-jitsu, I was like, oh my god, I've been doing this the whole time. Like I've had this belief, bugs would get fixed fast if there is StarCraft Pro match, right? Yeah, your APM is super high, and like your actions per minute influences the agent's actions or whatever, like how fast the agent performs actions. I don't know, but like we only learn by doing. Like you can, there's only like Yoda, no try, only do. Do or do not, there is no try. Like there is no like half-assing something, right? You either do the thing and you get experience doing it, and or you don't. And people, I think what people experience when they have these negative AI results, brute athleticism versus development movements. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you have to kind of tailor the thing. You have to kind of guide the thing. You have to mold the thing. And it takes time to do that. It takes tokens to do that. And that's why I'm so passionate about, like, you have to burn to learn. You have to do the thing a lot. You have to get up on the bike to learn how to ride the bike a lot. You have to, you can't be limited by your number of attempts. Like, my way of learning has always been very iterative, like incredibly iterative. Like, we can only move so fast, so we engineer better tools to help us communicate complicated ideas quickly and coherently. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah, we have entire ecosystems of tools to help us, right? But for me, like a personal rule of thumb is, like, I give myself 100 like failed builds, 100 CI system, the failed, like 100 failed Jenkins builds before I get like frustrated. Like, I usually figure something out within 100 builds, and like I get 100 tries on figure things out. The title of this book is How We Learn to Move by Rob Gray. But yeah, iteration is the heart of engineering science. Yeah, exactly. So like all of this is connected, and like what I feel like people miss by being all like anti-AI or whatever is like, bro, you haven't had enough iterations at it. You haven't like had enough attempts. You're still moving up the learning curve. I mean, maybe for certain use cases, yeah, like the AI isn't trained on all your like super niche problem, your hyper niche problem, or your gigantic system that doesn't fit into context. Okay, sure, fine. Like for, I would argue 80 to 90% of people, AIs are going to be like total game changers. We're just plumbing data from one part of the system to another. And if you constrain your problem well enough, you can get the agent to like do what you want, and you will never have to write another line of code again. Like that is my goal, and like that is the vision that I see Gas Town and like what Steve is working on, and like what all these people are working on. Not just Steve, but like all Jeffrey, Emmanuel, and the Ralph Wiggum guys. Like they are using iteration to their advantage, and they are changing something. They're letting the agents kind of do the work for us, and they're just kind of smartly constraining the system in certain ways. So, yeah. Does that make sense? Did that whole rant, like that offshoot from into jiu-jitsu coming back? Does that make sense? Oh, I have to do a Threads API thing to... All right. I don't think I feel like doing that tonight, guys. Studies required for managing any complex system. You need to be able to at least comprehend the concept yourself. If you're going to AI build it, so you can iterate and learn with the AI. Yeah, so like knowledge. So there's knowledge of and knowledge about. Knowledge about is important. But not as important as knowledge of. Like you have to do the thing to really learn how the thing works. Versus like knowledge about, people love to fill their brains with knowledge about, this model versus that model. What's the, like, people like to think of like, compare the specs or whatever, like compare the like numbers between different systems or whatever, right? Like people love to like think of like know facts. They like to know things. They don't like to know of things. They don't like to be like in the thing doing the thing, right? About plus AI plus iteration equals up. Bro, tips Fox, yes. Exactly. Knowledge of. You have to do the thing in order to gain knowledge of. And that is, yeah, doing all this stuff. Yeah. Having a little bit of knowledge about, and then what's this? Shrew. Achieving mastery. 3 stages: shoot, obey, or protect, where you rigorously follow rules and strict. Hob, break, detach, where you begin experimenting doing strict forms, and where you master the art so you can create your own style and innovate beyond the rules. Yeah, totally. That's yeah, definitely. Follow the rule, break the rule, be the rule. Yes. Wax on, wax off, grasshopper. Yes, exactly. Like all of these things, like people have been learning since we have been people, right? So we have all these different ways to express this. So I feel like engineers, we claim to like learning, but I don't know. Once we get stuck in our ways, we 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 can't see anything. We invest so much time in one way of doing the thing, we can't see anything else. We can't see any other way of doing the thing. As of January 2026, what are the true primitives of agent-driven development, in your opinion, fundamental blocks outside of get shit done, Gas Town, based on your experience so far? First, you learn the rules, and you learn how to break them. Yeah, exactly. Yes, totally. I think beads, like, I don't know. I could be a Yegi fanboy. Like, I could be like, whatever, whatever colored, like rose colored glasses or whatever. Plan, research, deploy. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So like, agents should follow the software development lifecycle itself. Agents. So what Beads taught me was we just need to treat agents like a teammate. Just agents are teammates. Full stop. We need to do all the same processes for agents as we do software developers. If we do that, like, they'll output the same, like, the same processes give us the same results, can potentially give us like the same business value output, right? The same SDLC, software development lifecycle, like all the same stuff that people like planning, defining, designing, building, testing, deployment. Like, this is 2025. December 2025. Yeah. Like, just do it. Do all this stuff with your agents. Did I lag? Am I lagging? What's going on? Oh no. Okay, I think I'm back. Okay, cool. Plan, research, deploy, plan your path, research how, implement, do daily standards for your agents. Well, yeah, kind of. A lot of people don't have experience in management. Yes, that we need to read management books. I think that's the highest leverage thing we can do as developers outside of actually doing agents. Is that we need to learn management. We need to, like, my favorite one is Extreme Ownership. Jocko Willink. Another jiu-jitsu kind of influence here. Yes. Yeah, AI tools can help with project management too. Yep. Yeah, same process that make humans succeed at software engineering makes agents successful software engineering. Yeah, for sure. Like, why would it be any different? I think people people want to be special. People want humans to be special, and we're not. I think that's the big reveal here, is that humans don't add, I don't know, like they're kind of a faulty part of the system, and we could replace us with a much better, like, AI version, and then we get to be managers. We get to manage these things while they write all the code for us, and we just kind of guide them to it. Yeah, AI is a skill amplifier. Yes, exactly. So I think what we have to do is, like, this Extreme Ownership book, what this talks about is, like, you have to kind of decentralize, you have to kind of delegate, and then but you ultimately take ownership. You take responsibility as the leader for everything that happens, and you want to take ownership. You want to control everything in your sphere of influence that you can possibly control, because it affects your job. You want to be able to control the controllables. You can't just say, oh, the AI whatever made this bug or whatever. It's like, no, I didn't prompt the AI right. I let the context rot or whatever. Like, we hit a compaction, and then it spat out some crappy code. It's like, I have to take ownership of that. I have to take ownership of what the agent does in order to get better at this. Like, I'm not going to get better at this if I just keep blaming the agent and just like, oh, AI is so dumb. Like, it doesn't do what it wants, what I want it to do on the first try or whatever. It's like, no, it is my fault. It is entirely a skill that I need to develop in order to tell the agent what to do. So it's completely within my control to tell the agent to do the thing better. Like that is a thing I can control. So anyways, anybody, does that make sense? Or like, does that resonate with anyone else? We are trying different approaches that are finding the workflows that work, and then try and teach others how to adapt the workflows to their needs so they can be more productive. Exactly, yeah. So, all right, maybe I'll end on this because it's getting kind of late for me, but AI enablement is going to be the next biggest thing, and that's kind of like, not to plug my newsletter again, but head of AI enablement. You guys won't believe, like, just talking about AI and talking about it in this particular way, like Tibbs Fox, like how that exact statement that you made there, like, say that in front of a camera and now repeat that, post about it every day for about 7 weeks, and you will not believe how much progress you can make. Like career, teaching people actually how to use it, AI, not just ChatGPT. Yes, like what I've been doing is opening up so many doors. People are going to be hungry. People, they are thirsty. They are starving for people who are high conviction and can prove that they're able to do stuff with AI in a reliable way. Like, I'm trying to prove with my RECEIVED project eventually that, hey, I made this entire app, whatever, wherever it's at. I lost the tab. Here. I want to show with my RECEIVED project that, hey, I can create an entire app. I want to show, like, this is a portfolio piece for me. I'm open sourcing. It's open source. Anybody can see it. You can clone it or whatever if you really want to. Eventually, I just want to be like, hey, I've got RECEIVED available for $10 a month for a very basic end. And then, like, whatever. Like, it's an entire package that I can show, hey, I vibe coded this entire thing. This is entirely possible for the rest of your team. Like, for whatever business you're in. I did zero code, like I wrote 0 actual lines of code here. So this job title, head of AI enablement or director, or because Windows crash and burn, no one can be productive anymore. There's no open source community around Windows like there's for Linux. Yeah, gotcha. Yep. Basically, if you're watching this, you too can be like, whatever, a principal engineer that goes and teaches people or consults or does whatever. Like, just, but the only way you can do this is by connecting this to earlier. You have to have distribution. 50% of engineering is doing the thing, the other half is talking about it. I'm only getting this far because I'm talking about this. Like, if I just sat with Claude, so there's all those applications usually out there right now do stuff that suck, and everybody wants better tools. Yeah. So people are making better tools, and they're coding in their garage, and they're not telling anybody about it. Or maybe they make one blog post and expect that to get distribution or whatever, right? You got to show up every day. You have to be able to post like clips of yourself talking about this stuff every day. You have to be able to bang out tweets every day, right? Like, distribution is a daily thing. You have to remind people you exist every day, and you get this job title when you express your, like, put out there into the world, hey, I can do cool things. Hey, I know my way around Gas Town. I know my way around beads. Even just using beads is like a huge step forward in reliably, predictably getting agents to do what you want, right? Getting agents to output real business value. So I'm going to end it and end the live stream here. It's just not just that you exist, but what you have after is useful. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, first, yeah, exist, but like if you're showing up in everyone's feed as saying something cool and useful and like interesting and have your face, like you have to show your face. I'm sorry. Like social, like we are human, like we are animals. We need to see each other's faces, and that you build trust by showing your face and talking about things. And I know it's more comfortable, like it's certainly more comfortable to like write a bunch of stuff and like be edgy online or whatever, be on the Twitters and whatever, get into like back and forth like flame wars or whatever, but like nah, I'm a fox, right? The amount of opportunities that my Fox Facts is my brand. Okay, all right. Okay, maybe do an AI Fox face or something like that. I don't know. And talk about a fox talking about AI. Sure, maybe. But yeah, like at work, talk about how you're using AI and how much more efficient you are. Online, talk about how you're using AI, how efficient you are. But yeah, basically, this is super achievable. Awesome. Glad to hear tips, Fox. This is super achievable. Within 6 months, there's going to be all kinds of these kinds of roles. Cool. That's great to hear, tips, Fox. Like, link us whenever you're ready. I don't think I can see a link. Like, if you send a URL, but like, tell us what to search for, and yeah, let us know. But anyways, yeah, this is the real, like, or this. I guess I'll point to this. This is the real. If you want to get a promotion, yeah, just my name, leverage, Tibbs Fox. Oh, every. This is you. It's me, my art. Okay, gotcha. Cool. On every possible, you got your live journal. Oh wow, 2018. Dang, that's cool. Andy the robot. Potentially tomorrow morning. But it's also kind of late, so maybe not. I don't know. I might go to jiu-jitsu tomorrow morning. To be really honest, I might go train. Monday, Wednesday. So my schedule, tentatively, Monday, Wednesday, early PST. So somewhere around 5 is when I start. 5 a.m. PST. Monday, Wednesday. And then, yeah, on Tuesday, Thursdays, it's like after work, 4 or 5, 6, like starting somewhere around there. I'm still working on it. But yeah, like Fridays, I've missed the last couple Fridays because I've been doing this and like trying to build momentum. But yeah, I might go to jiu-jitsu tomorrow, train, hang out. But yeah, like I'm also trying to do the weekends too. Like when I wake, so I want to, early morning weekends too. If you're around, I'm PST. Not sure where everybody's from. But yeah, trying to do this as often as possible because I'm getting so much traction. So this is my one last call. Like the video, let people know that it's cool, and subscribe if you haven't already. That's like, just the best way to help the channel grow. And the more the channel grows, the more like interesting people we get in the chat. The more different perspectives we get, and I think it's just helpful for all of us to like learn more about this stuff, to get different people in here, and kind of building a little community. So anyways, one more call for my newsletter. Here's the latest article that I wrote last week. More ideas can be spread. Yeah, exactly. This is, I write a newsletter every week. I write it out Fridays and then send it out probably Saturday morning, Sunday morning, something like that. Sign up. It's where you get kind of like my condensed thoughts, like the real juice is in the articles. Community is what it's all about. It's not about the, like, it's not necessarily about the goal. It's not even necessarily about the journey. It's about who you do the journey with towards a goal, right? It's who's alongside of you while you're on the journey towards the goal. That's kind of been the main thing. It's the Gemini whatever, lava banana, or not lava banana, Gemini Banana Pro or something like that, does the illustration. Cool. All right, guys, gonna head out, gonna go talk with go see my cats and my wife. My help to automate the newsletter release, write it up, put it somewhere, have automation release it, so it always comes out at the same time. I mean, I just like to write it up and then release it as soon as I'm done with it. And that's like, various times on the weekend. That could be first thing Saturday morning. Maybe it takes me some time on Saturday to write it. It comes out sometime on the weekend. But yeah, awesome. Thanks all. Appreciate it. Thanks all for being here. Like and subscribe. Really like hanging out with you guys. Hopefully we'll get a post posted to my threads soon. But yeah, we made some good progress, and just kind of proving out that vibe coding can do real things. So anyways, cool. Thanks all. Appreciate it. Have a good night.